YouTube has just made some new changes, and if you're using AI for your content or even a faceless channel, you might want to hear this. So we look at these 5 things. That the first thing is the shift, what exactly has changed. Next is the content ban, what kind of content would be banned and what actually are these changes out here. Then we go on to the next thing, which is the voice ban, where will things like if you are using minor AI filters, would that be banned as well? Then we come to the secret sauce, where we'll talk about the latest rules, how to actually do this disclosure of AI generated content. Will AI avatars be allowed? If the video is demonetized, what can you do? We'll touch upon topics like that. And finally, the game changer, how to thrive in this new environment. So let's look at the first one, the shift. First up, from July 15th, 2025, YouTube will be coming out with this update. And it's not just a tweak, it is a full-blown roller coaster. And especially if you're using AI tools. If you remember, YouTube changed the rules on kids content and started demonetizing channels. It is something like that. It is of that kind of scale. I also know some creators who are doing reaction mashups, where they would just react to say someone's content and overnight their revenue started vanishing. This kind of shifts would be seen, and let's talk about it in more detail. So let's talk about this content ban, the second part of it, which is what content is going to get banned. So the whole thing is YouTube is serious about quality at this point of time. If your channel is full of mass-produced, repetitive and low-effort content, think repetitive content which is mass-produced as if it was produced by a bot, which possibly is. Those are the kind of things that would get demonetized. So let's look at what some of the things that YouTube has to say about this. If you see here, it says we require creators to disclose realistic content is made with altered or synthetic media, including where generated AI labels may then appear within the video description information. So we look at this, how you're going to get this done, how you would disclose that you have AI generated content. We'll look at that also, how to do that. Also, they are looking at AI path moderation work. So basically they're going to use AI itself to moderate the videos and see what content is generated by AI. So the bottom line here is now YouTube is not banning all AI content. It is just AI content which seems mass produced, which is low effort and not really producing any value to people. So think about if you're uploading the same video or if you're just doing reactions to people's videos, possibly those are the kind of content that would get banned. Moving on to the next thing about AI voices. So let's look at what YouTube has to say again about that. So YouTube is worried about artists, creators, viewers whose AI is impacting their work, and especially in cases where someone's using someone's face and voice digitally generated without their permission or misrepresenting them. If you can see here, that is the main concern. If you are using someone else's voice and misrepresenting them, that kind of content could get banned. The other thing is also they are including the ability for music partners to request the removal of AI generated music content that mimics the same artist's voice or singing style. So basically YouTube is trying to protect its artists and content creators by doing all of this. So AI voices will not get banned as such, but if you're using AI to misrepresent someone or using a very robotic voice, then possibly it could get banned. Now you can see places like 11 Labs which have very well generated voices and they really can't be distinguished from a normal person speaking. Those are the kind of things that possibly will go past the scanning process, but totally robotic voices possibly will get banned. So now coming to the secret sauce, what exactly is it? Originality and transparency is what you should be looking at. You can add captions, you can add transitions, you can add your own flair, basically put in your own take on things. Brand your stuff, put in logos, your watermarks, or even in mascots. So that would keep you safe, that others are not copying your content. And be transparent about AI. How do you go about doing that? How do you show YouTube that you are using AI? Let's have a look. If you're in your YouTube channel out here, this is your YouTube homepage, you can go to YouTube Studio out here. So once you go to YouTube Studio, you need to go to content. And for each of your content, you go to details. And this is when you publish a video, also you can do this thing. And if you scroll down to the bottom, you will get a place called altered content. Do any of these describe your content, making a real person appear or say or do something that they did not? So this is basically AI generated. Alter footage of a real event or place, or generate a realistic looking scene that did not actually occur. To follow YouTube's policy, you are required to tell us if your content is altered or synthetic and seems real. So basically by clicking on the yes button here and obviously you'll have to save after that. You would be telling YouTube that this is AI generated. This includes realistic sounds or visuals made with AI and other tools. So by saying yes to this altered content is where you will show YouTube that this is synthetic and this is AI generated. So that's how you're going to do it. So basically, honesty is the best policy, and if you're a YouTuber and you're even using your AI avatars, they are safe. But as long as you can disclose that this is synthetic so that others too can see this is not a real person, but this is AI generated. So now what happens if your video is demonetized? What you can do is, don't panic. You can just appeal, and either your appeal would get passed on or rejected. But the basic thing is to improve your content, add more originality, disclose that it's AI, and resubmit it or put in another video. So basically that's how you'd go about doing it in case you do get demonetized. So coming to the game changers, I will leave a link below showing you exactly how to master AI the right way and how to start earning from AI. I will leave a link in the description as well. And do not worry, even if you're a small creator, the rules apply to big channels as well as small channels the same as of now. So if you're thinking of starting an AI channel or faceless channel, you still can do it. Does not mean you do not go ahead with it. Have a look below. I will leave a link to exactly how you can go ahead and start earning from this AI venture and even putting your own AI avatars up. So do check that out. And if you like this video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to be notified when new videos like this are up. Also, you can tell me if you think that this YouTube new rule change is harsh, or what are your thoughts about it. You can leave them in the comments, or any questions you have, you can ask them in the comments as well. And hope to see you in the other videos. Take care.